Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Nurse D 101. Okay, if you looked at my second video, that video was about why you should not become a nurse. Okay, now this video here would be about 6 things why you should become a nurse. Okay, if you really want to be a nurse, I'm going to give you 6 things. Okay, let me think now. The first thing would be it is a career. It's not just a job, it is a career. Okay, it also gives you insight into the medical field, how you will be able to take care of yourself and your family members, your loved ones. Okay, you will be able to discern when they're sick, when they should go to the doctor, or they could be able to stay at home. Maybe you could treat something over the counter. When I became a nurse, a lot of things I did not know. Even though I was taking care of loved ones, I always took care of loved ones. You know, I remember as a child, as a little girl, and I'm sure some of you can remember this here when you was kids. I remember living in New York. That's where I grew up at, in New York, Brooklyn, New York. And we had a 2-family house, okay? And my father, he rented upstairs, but downstairs was ours. And we had like a sun porch, a long sun porch I'll never forget. And it was like a closed-in sun porch. And in that sun porch was my dolls. I had so many dolls, okay? I even had my table, my table set, and I had my little kitchen going on out there. I even had the potty that we used, that I used to train on, and then my baby brother used it, so they just passed it on down to me from my dolls. So I had the potty out there. I had all those things. And at that time also, I was practicing to be a nurse to my dolls. I remember having a nurse's kit with the stethoscope and the thermometer and all that kind of stuff. And I was always checking on my little baby dolls, making sure they was all right and they wasn't sick and all that kind of stuff. I had 2 brothers that was older than me, okay? And they was always outside with their marbles and all that, which I played marbles also. I sure did. And I would take care of my little baby dolls and stuff like that. And my brothers, 2 of them would come in. They're like in the 3rd and 4th grade, and I'm like in the 2nd, somewhere in there, maybe a little younger. And they were coming in, knowing that my babies was in the crib sleeping and they were sick. They would take my baby dolls out and start playing football with them. Throwing them over here and throwing over here. Had my dolls all over the place. Well, right then and there, I became a nurse advocate. Okay? Mama was in there too. I was a mama and I was a nurse advocate. Because when they started with my dolls, pulling off the arms and pulling off the legs and all that kind of stuff, oh, good gracious. When they saw me rear up now, I was ready to fight. I went through there. They knew they had better get out of my way. I fought for my dolls, even to the point that I was pulling their legs off. That's how mad I was. I was so mad. I would pull them off and I'd throw them at them too. So, when you become, what I'm trying to say is, even as a young child, I was taking care of my doll babies, okay? Then as I grew up, I'm taking care of family members. And a lot of times you don't know when to take them to the doctor, when not to take them to the doctor. Everybody was calling on me. Diane, what should we do? And I don't know nothing about it. I don't know what to tell you, but here I am trying to say something to them. But when I became a nurse, now when you become a nurse, you have a little more knowledge. When I said, well, I think you should go to the doctor and see about that. Well, I think you could stay at home. I think there's nothing wrong with that. You can take care of that at home. That's not that serious. So when you become a nurse, you could actually tell the difference. You know what I'm saying? You can see how certain things work. You can tell another thing too. You can tell the symptoms, the signs and the symptoms of certain diseases. You know what I'm trying to say? So becoming a nurse gives you that knowledge, that medical knowledge. That's one thing about becoming a nurse. You have that knowledge to help yourself and help your family members. Also, becoming a nurse, my second, I think, would be good, is it does pay. It really does pay, but you have to put in the time. You just can't say, well, I'm just going to go out there and I'm going to work and I'm not going to do. You actually have to put in the time, and it's long hours. It used to be, when I started working, it was 8-hour shifts. Everything changes now. It's been like this for years now. It's a 12-hour shift. Okay, and I've worked every shift. I have worked every shift. I worked a night shift too. So therefore, you have to work the shifts to make the hours. And you just don't come out just making money like that. You have to put in the time. You have to put in the years, and you will make the money. I'm telling you, you will make, and you will make some good money. You really will. Okay? Another thing about becoming a nurse is that, let me see, what could I say? Becoming a nurse is that you meet a lot of people, okay? You learn how to socialize with people of different groups, okay? You'll see so many people in the nursing field, not just nursing, but being able to take care of people. I have worked with so many different people, okay, that I've learned so much from them. You'll actually get to learn from them, even while you're actually taking care of them, okay? So that's another thing that's good about becoming a nurse. The fourth thing I would say becoming a nurse is that you'll get to travel, being a travel nurse. You know, I work in home health also, but I work with the pediatric kids, the children. I work from any time where they're babies on up to maybe 10 years old. Other than that, I don't like the older ones, okay? And these children that I work with, they're on ventilators. They're on ventilators, so you get to know the equipment and everything. These children that I work with will never walk, will never talk. They're on a ventilator 24/7, 365 days of the year. So therefore, I have gone into many homes. And I don't just have one. I'll have maybe three clients. And then I maybe be at one house for 3 days, and another one for a day, and another one. So you get to travel. And not only that, even as a travel nurse, I work with agencies. And so they sent me different places. And that's a good thing, because you get to know so many people. And I'm telling you this, I've worked in the hospital, I worked in the nursing homes, and I work with agencies. And we'll get to that the agencies, they pay good. They really and truly, they pay good. And I'll tell you the drawback on that on another video. And I think that was 4 or 5. I can't remember. Let me see what this here paper here is saying. I don't want to leave out anything. I might have wrote something down. I don't know. Let me think. Let me see. There's so much about nursing that you could. Oh, they give you vacation time. Okay. And not only this here, when you travel, you don't have to you travel anywhere. Anywhere. I have a niece that works. She's a travel nurse also. And I know the other one I was going to tell you about. Bonuses. The sign-on bonuses. Oh my goodness. The sign-on bonuses is out of this world. It's out of this world. I mean, you could actually sign on. You could actually go with it. I'm talking about agencies now. You could actually work with an agency. Okay? And they might say to you, Miss D, I want you to go, just say, down to Florida. And I want you to work there for 3 months. And this is what we're going to give you each month. Each week I'm going to pay you this, which is good, okay? And then they'll tell you after your 3 months is up, then you have $5,000 bonus. And I mean, it's right there. So you get good bonuses, you sign-on bonuses, okay? That's really good about it. Second of all is you get to meet a lot of doctors. Okay, and not just doctors. I'm talking about just wanting to go out and all that kind of stuff. But you get to meet doctors that impart their knowledge to you because they know that you're a nurse. Okay, so you become friends with this doctor. Okay, and you can say to the doctor, such and such and such. You know, I'm having problems with this here. My boyfriend or my husband or my daughter or my sister, they're going through such and such and such. And he'll tell you whatever. Or you might say to him, I have this problem. He'll just write you out a prescription here. Not so much that you have to actually go into a doctor's office, because you know these doctors and they know you. Okay? And that's what becoming a nurse is. Those are the 5 or the 6 things I done got off count that being a nurse, to become a nurse is good. Okay? So let me see what else I want to tell you before I go. Because I have to go to work. Let me see. I think that is it. But if you haven't seen my second video, please go back and watch that. Okay? Please go back and watch that before this, because really and truly this is my 3rd video. Okay? Now listen, I will be back. I'm coming back, and I want to meet you here. Okay? I'm loving to talk with you. If you have any questions or anything like that, put them to me, you know? And we're going to get into some things. We are really going to get into things. But before we get into a lot of things, I need to touch on the top things. You know what I'm saying? I need to get to talk to you about the first things about, you'll see how I'm going to word everything and what I'm going to put in my video. We have to go through that before we actually get to the yams, okay? The ham hocks and the yams and the potato salad and the collard greens, okay? So I want you all to have a good evening, and I will see you again in my next video, okay? Bye.